Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello everyone, and here are your news for this week. Join host Andrew FRETT every Friday on our podcast for his show, Let's Fret About Education, where he interviews amazing guests and discusses his own opinions and thoughts about the topics on Future Educators Talk and what's happening around the world. Follow and subscribe to my own podcast, DAMIAN Talks Education, everywhere you stream your podcast at, and make sure you subscribe to the podcast YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. New episodes of Future Educators Talk drops on Thursdays, so follow and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. Follow Future Educators Talk on social media: Facebook, Future Educators Talk, Instagram at Future Educators Talk, and on Twitter at Future Ed Talk. So follow our podcast. And follow your host of Future Educators Talk on social media. You can follow me, Damian Anderson, on Instagram at @DamianAnderson and on Twitter at _Damian Anderson. You can follow Andrew FRETT on Instagram at @It'sAndrewFRETT and on Twitter at Darren_Fret. And you can follow KJ Johnson II on Instagram at KJJohnsonII and on Twitter at KJJohnson11 or II. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Future Educators Talk, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of our video version episodes that we upload. Also, you can now listen to past episodes of our show on our YouTube channel and on all the podcast platforms that we are located at. Now sit back and relax because a new episode of Future Educators Talk is starting now.
Welcome to Future Educators Talk with your hosts, Damian Anderson, Andrew FRETT, and KJ Johnson II. Always remember, we are future educators.
Everyone, and welcome to Future Educators Talk. And as you can see, you guys, if you are watching this on to our YouTube channel, that KJ and David, they are not here with us because they are working, but don't you worry, they will be back very soon. So before we dive into today's topic, how are you doing, Andrew?
How am I?
Yes.
Yeah, how am I? A lot has going on. Not with my personal stuff because I'm not gonna get into that, not right now. But let's just talk about what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it needs to be discussed right now. Even though I know it's not related to the podcast, but I feel like it needs to be talked about. But in case y'all have not watched the news or y'all haven't been on Twitter or anything, or y'all just been in the dark. So as you know, Joe Biden won the election, right? President-elect Joe Biden, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, and Trump is not, he's filing lawsuits talking about the election is rigged and claiming that he won and it's false news and yada 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 and stuff like that, which I don't care, because if you look at the election map, Biden has won by a lot. So 306 to, I think it was like 232. So really. And yesterday, I don't know if you saw this on Twitter or not, but he tweeted he won because the election is rigged. So let me get this straight. You
Idiot.
acknowledge the fact that he won, but then kind of reverse psychology. Like, you just reverse psychology on yourself. Because first you said he won, and then you said because the election is rigged.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of confused at this point because I'm not really sure. Because he's in his mind, he's still thinking that he's won. There's actually a network out there which is bogus, claiming that he won, but you know, he didn't win because if you look at the facts, if you look at the election results, Biden has won. Fair and square. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you're just going to have to deal with it. You're just going to have to deal with it. And you're just going to have to move on. I mean,
suck it up. Suck it up.
Don't just sit there and cry about it. Like, oh, well, there's always, you know how people is, especially if you're in student council, you already know. You already know what I'm about to say. Because trust me, look, there's always next year. You know that saying. If you run any position in student council, either be president, vice president, secretary, treasury, or area of representative, if you lost the election, you know this saying. There's always next year. But for him, there's always another 4 years. But of course, there's going to be a new running mate, a new, what I'm trying to say, a new battle against. So that's all I gotta say. But I just had to get that out of the way because it's just doesn't make sense for me.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. His mind is totally messed up.
It's twisted.
I just, every day, I just pray for him. I really do. I just pray for him, his mental health, his entire family. You guys, it's time for a change, and we are getting it. President-elect Joe Biden and Madam Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Those are change.
We can breathe.
We can finally breathe now. We can finally breathe now. Because the last 4 years...
It's just mess. MESS. It was terrible.
And we will never go back to that again. Seriously.
I watched a video yesterday or a couple of days ago where welcome back to with regular racism, you know, of the hair and stuff like that, you know. You know, that was 4 years ago. 4 years ago was just regular racism, you know.
Yeah.
But now, oh my goodness. Racism now. Can't even do things that you want to do. Can't even just want to mind our business. Want to be in our business. Like, stay in your lane.
Yes.
So, it is what it is.
Yes, it is. It is.
January 20th, 2021. It's a new day. A new day.
Yes, a new day.
Which we will have a special report from KJ, because I don't know if you heard the news yet, or if you saw his tweet yet, but we will have a special report from him on that day, or probably the day after, or probably whenever the brand new episode of Future Educators Talk next year, we will actually talk about. So
Yes. Yes. So stay tuned for that, you guys. We will keep you guys updated on that because we will let you guys all know what happens on that day as KJ is there in person live experiencing it. So we got you covered for that. And I tweeted, well, I didn't tweet this, I retweeted this from The View. And on today's episode, and I don't know if you all have catch it, but former President Barack Obama, he sat down with 60 Minutes to give his take on President Donald Trump's legacy and why it's time for him to concede. So, yeah, you guys check that out. Check that out to hear what our former president had to say of Donald Trump about his legacy and why it's time for him to get out. It's time for him to bang gone, get out. And he says that in this interview here. So check it out, you guys. So let's get started. Oh, and for the ones who, well, you guys are not here in person or viewers, but I am doing great. I've been feeling pretty much great after I heard the news of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So for after that, I've been doing great, you guys. I am still taking care of myself because I have so many things going on with this podcast that are things that I am currently working on. Now I am doing fantastic. I'm just fantastic. So why don't we begin with this episode here?
yes, sir. Let us begin because y'all might know him. We all know him. You already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. He is the real deal. He is the truth. He is from Jacksonville, Florida. He is a teacher from a private school in Florida. He is the realest of the realists. He is a NCANT graduate. Okay, he coached girls basketball. Okay, you might have heard him because he was our guest in season 2 and 3, possibly on 4. Also, you might have heard him earlier in the season, towards the beginning of this season. But let us welcome back to the realest of the realists, Coach Darnell. Back to the
Yes.
podcast.
Yes, you guys. Yes. Hello.
Let me put this to fame. Okay, there we go. The one and only. The one and only. The one and only. That's all I gotta say. The one and only.
Welcome back on.
Well, hello. I missed y'all too. I missed y'all. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time. I feel like a ghost. But anyway, let's go. Let's get to it, y'all.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
we don't know this
Yes.
person, okay, guys. We don't know. He's been gone so far. We don't know this person. It's been hiding.
Yes. So before we get started, I want to ask you, Coach Darnell, how have you been doing with teaching during this pandemic? Why don't you give us an update on how everything's going with that?
Oh, everything's still smooth. I mean, getting my kids to continue to stay in the transition, but history is coming to life. Like they're really enjoying it. Like we're doing some great things. It's been a struggle here and there. So what y'all don't know is I'm about to walk out one week cause listen, yeah, man, they was getting a little out of hand. And so like I called my wife and told her to come pick me up. I packed all my stuff. Like I took everything off the wall.
Oh wow.
That's just how they didn't understand. Like I'm really here for you all. You understand what I'm saying? Like I do this because I want to do this. I don't do it for the money. Like we always talk about that. And so they were like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh snap! Like y'all need to really calm down because coach really." And I was so hurt. I cried. Like I couldn't hold it no more. So I was just like, man, y'all just ungrateful. I was like, and society wants you to fail, and you have a teacher here that really cares for you because every day they don't realize they make history. They make history every day, and I don't want you to be in the history books for negativity. You know, I want you to be in the history books for positive. You know, and so when I realized my passion for it, I was like, man, I'm not going nowhere because at the end of the day, if you don't recognize what it is that I'm doing for you, then that's your fault. That's not mine. But I'm not going to turn my back on the ones that really want to be here. And so far, ever since then, it's been great. Like they understand now. Like coach is really here for us. You know, and yeah, but yeah, that was it was about to get real ugly at one point. Though.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Whoa.
It was. Yeah.
Uh, it's let's get started here, Andrew.
We never hear this side of the Coach Darnell. This is a first. We never hear this side of Coach Darnell.
Hey, listen, y'all know I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it 100, and you know that's what it's about. So yeah.
Exactly. Keeping it real. Exactly. Because if you're not, then you're acting like everything is all perfect. It's not. It's not. You gotta be real with yourself. Let it all out. I can't stand those type of people that seems like everything is always perfect around them. It's not. Your life is not perfect. You of course there are going to be some good days, and then you will have some bad days as well. That's just life in general, right there.
Come on. No,
I'm not trying to preach. I'm not trying to preach. It's not Sunday, but that is the truth right there. You got to be real with yourself. So that's all I have to say there. So
be true to yourself. Anyway,
yeah.
I ain't trying. No, we got a topic that we can discuss together. So we can let's do that before we start preaching today.
Yeah, so this is a good topic for today's episode, which is connecting with students through a phone call, you guys. And you should be doing that, especially during this pandemic, to check in with your students, which we will talk about later into the episode. Now, emails, you guys, they can feel impersonal. But did you know this, that calling your students, this conveys warmth and can also lead to a deeper connection with them, as I've been saying all along. Building relationships with your students is the key, because if you don't have a relationship with your students, with one of your students, that then you and that particular student, it is going to be rocky throughout the school year. They're going to test your buttons. Trust me, they will, because you don't have that foundation of a relationship with your students. Am I right, Coach Darnell?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I know what it means to have relationships with my students. It's, you know, and it's not just because I coach basketball and things like that, but you know, just I've been in some of their shoes. You know, I come from the inner city and things like that. So, you know, I've always been able to relate to my children, you know, not because, you know, you got the tattoos and, you know, things like that. It's just, this is a gift for me, if that makes sense. Like, either you have it or you don't. Like, I don't force myself on children. A lot of educators want to force themselves on children so they can, you know, have that relationship with them. Or, yeah, I've been to the ghetto and hey, pause. You don't have to sound like that. Just be you. Like, you know, you ain't never been to the ghetto, so stop acting like you've been to the ghetto. Like, just be, hey, I haven't been in your shoes, but look at it from my point of view. You know, I know what you're going through. Let me show you how it was when I was growing up. We might have some similarities. You never know. It's just we're both on the side of the fence, but the other side of the fence. But at the end of the day, you know, everybody that's kinfolk ain't skinfolk, if that makes sense.
That's right.
Everybody
that is absolutely right.
Kinfolk ain't kinfolk, so everybody's not gonna have that same bond and that same, you know, outgoing spirit that you have that related to you getting that relationship with your children. Sometimes you might have to have that stern and firm manner. Like, that's the only way you're gonna get that relationship, because you're stern. You can't be mean. You can't be coach. Because coach chill, cool, calm, and collected. That's what my kids know. But that's the core that we built. And so from a Zoom call to a phone call to a IG picture to whatever it is, I can do that with my kids, because they know, like, hey, coach don't mind, you know what I'm saying, getting a little fun, you know, hitting the TikTok right quick with us, and then we getting back into the lesson. I can do that. Becky can't come in here and do that. Becky can't come in there and hit the wall right quick. No, you can't do that, because you didn't build that bond with them. So you trying to jump in the video, they looking like, what are you doing? Like, you can't do that. So if she's doing something that maybe I'm not doing, maybe Miss Becky is more kind-hearted. You know, she understands your feelings. So you might have a child that's really going through some things, and you can relate to them emotionally because you are that emotional person. You might be the one that cries at the movie. I'm not the one that's gonna cry at the movie, so you can't put your head on my shoulder. So I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna be all right in the movie. But she will. Honey, it is okay. That's that relationship that you built with her, right? So in school, if you're going through something, you can cry on her shoulder, because Coach L is not the one that you need to come to crying on his shoulder. I look good every day. You're not gonna cry on my 3-piece. Like, no, you're gonna go there. You're gonna cry on her. But seriously, like, I just don't get into that, because that's not my lane. I'm not a very emotional person. So my relationship with my kids, they know, like, okay, we can talk to coach. If it's something real serious and we need some advice on how we need to do something, I can go to coach. But if I'm gonna come in here and boo-hoo-hoo, I know I can go over here and talk to Miss Becky, because I know she got the tissue and everything. That's the relationships, how we build with us. Everybody got to bring something different to the table. If that makes sense.
Exactly.
Because just like you said earlier, we're not perfect. So I'm not going to sit up here and live this. I'm just a perfect teacher. Yay. Go. No. Because
Shut her down.
Exactly. Because if I was a perfect teacher, I wouldn't need to go to school. Right. All the kids would do their work.
Right.
Everybody would make straight A's.
Right.
Everybody would have perfect attendance.
Right.
Everybody would come in dress code.
Right.
Everybody would follow the standards.
Right.
And everybody gonna do what they gotta do. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No. Like, everybody's gonna be on the same page, right? Because that's that's the perfect foundation that everybody has put in their mind and picture, right?
Right.
No, that ain't how that's going. Jimmy not gonna come to school tomorrow because Jimmy don't care. Then I gotta sit over here and worry about Maurice, because Maurice going through some things, so he's gonna always act out because he needs that attention, because he's not getting that attention at home. So these are different personalities that I have to deal with in order to find the right relationship to how I'm gonna reach out to my children in this perfect world that everybody, you know, wants to imagine, right? But going back to what we said, everybody brings something different to the table.
Exactly.
Welcome to the table. Have a seat.
Be real with your students.
Everybody has a different story, so bring up a chair. Let's talk about it.
Exactly. And we need that, y'all. Like, we need that safe space. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was talking to some educators from Washington, like Washington State, right? So I'm in this little group now. And so what you guys don't know is, like, it's been time for me to open up my mouth, and it's been time for me to talk, right? So I'm doing a little keynote speaking now. Y'all ain't know that. Yeah. So we're getting some things together. But at the same time, we have what we call a safe space, right? And so educators from all over, they come in this safe space. They can cry, they can laugh. You get everything off your chest. Now, talking about relationships, right? Well, most people have relationships with Coach Darnell because Coach Darnell knows how to keep his shut. Because when you tell me something, unless it's really, really, really bothering me and I might have to bring the principal in, but other than that, if you tell me something, keep it in the safe space, right? Because then when that time comes, like let's just say if somebody say, I'm going to commit suicide. Well, let me go talk to Coach because I know if I talk to him about it, he can get my mind away from all the trauma that I'm going through. And now I can start to say, okay, let me fall back from that because I know if I commit suicide, I'm hurting myself more than I'm hurting anybody else. But I can go talk to him about it because he's going to find the necessary things that he needs to tell me what I need to do instead of what do most teachers want to do? Oh my God, they're gonna kill us. We don't need that right now. This child is already emotionally messed up. So now you're only making the trauma that much worse because you're running out here panicking when all they came to you was to say, hey, I need a safe space. And I want to build this relationship with you, but you're not doing that because you're being the channel news right now. You're the shade room. You're going out here, you're making an announcement of what I'm going through, and I can't build this relationship with you because you talk too much. You talk too much. When will you just be quiet and listen? That's why kids don't talk to teachers and build relationships with them because well, you know, I grew up in 1971 and back in my era. Like, nobody cares that you grew up in 1971. Who cares? They're not wanting to hear that right now. Yes, is this generation defiant? Heck yeah. We know that, right? Does this generation think they know everything? Yes, they do. But at the end of the day, they still want to be heard.
That's right. Safe space, y'all. Safe space, y'all.
So I'm building relationships. And so now guess what we can do? Hey, coach, we're going to make a Zoom call and we're going to have a safe space meeting where we're going to invite you because we know when you talk to us, you inspire us and you give us what we need to hear. Because you are not a robot teacher. I'm not a robot teacher. I'm not going to play these games with you. I'm not going according to what the school district want me to go. No, we're going to do this. I'm going to build a relationship with you. It's going to be real. And we're going to have a safe space. Because there are teachers at my school, oh, coach, the kids always throwing you under the bus. I say, oh, they are? I say, they're throwing me under the bus. I said, are you sure they're throwing me under the bus? I said, well, go get one of those kids, man. I want to hear it for myself. Well, no, we can't do that. No.
No, bring them in. Bring them in.
They're throwing me under the bus. And then my kids come to me like, coach, we never said that. I know. It's okay. They don't like coach. They've been trying to get me out the door. This is my second year teaching at this school. They're trying to get me out the door. And I'm like, well, darn, like, y'all really don't like me. What did I do to you? They done tried to make all types of rumors about me, y'all. Kids scared to come to my classroom. Like, y'all scared of all the stuff that they be saying, yo. Like, the kids have told them they scared to come to the classroom. I be giving them answers. Like, I don't be teaching them. I'm like, I don't. I said, I do that. I said, well, since I'm doing all this, right? Since I'm doing all this, I said, I want y'all to go to the camera that works in my classroom. I said, I want y'all to go step by step, minute by minute, hour by hour, and show me everything that you said that I did. Never mind. Yeah, I know it's never mind because you don't have the evidence, nor can you say that I've been doing it. You all are mad because I have some kids in a safe space. And they have that relationship with me. Either you go in the kitchen or you don't. If it's too hot for you, get your butt out the kitchen because we're on the mission. We're on the mission right now. And building relationships is what we need right now. All the stuff that we've been through. All the stuff that we've been through. It don't matter if you was black, if you was white, if you was Latina, if you was Indian, if you was Dominican. It don't matter. Everybody matters. I'm not going to have a safe space with just my African Americans. No, I'm gonna have a safe space with my Arabs. I'm gonna have a safe space with my Mexicans. I'm gonna have a safe space with my Black and Brown. I'm having a safe space with everybody because I need you to know, Coach Darnell really is here for you. You understand? Like, I'm here for you. And just like I told people, like, I'm from up north originally, right? So when I came down south, I seemed like I lost my roots. Well, Coach DJ ain't lost his roots no more. Okay, Coach DJ is from Massachusetts. My up north accent has been coming out so much. I said, all right, I can't hide it no more. Like that I can't hide it. Safe space, right? So now my kids understand, like, okay, I can build that relationship with Coach because he's not even from down here. This man all the way from up north in Massachusetts. Do y'all understand how far Massachusetts is from Florida? That's a 17-something 24-hour drive. All right, this ain't no joke here. Safe space. Not because he just coach. You understand what I'm saying? This brings a lot of safe space too, right? But this here and my ability of being a teacher.
Yes, sir.
So it's the relationship that I've been building and I'm continuing to build. But certain people want to take that
and twist it.
Try to clone it into something that it doesn't need to be, right? So I might not be a big name, right? I might not be a big name, but I sure know how to speak to my audience and to my crowd, which means that I would get more. What's the word I'm looking for? Attention. I can own a room just because the way I talk, but I also can own a room because I know I'm very engaging. So when we're in the safe space, Mr. Damian, hey, can you bring Coach DJ back? Because Coach DJ really told us some good stuff. Mr. Frank, can you bring Coach DJ back? Because he really told us some good stuff, right? As opposed to the other people, these big names. Well, yeah, they said some good stuff, but we got a scripture right here. They want in the safe space. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I'm a big name, if that makes sense. I'm all over the globe, right? That don't mean you know how to talk to people. You got to know your audience, right? So we were doing this at a TED Talk right now about the safe space in relationship. We would all be engaged and intertwined with how we're speaking, right? As opposed to the other guy who might be, or the lady might be saying the same thing we're saying, but we're sitting here like, so where's the safe space? And what is the relationship that you're wanting to build with us as you talk to us? Because you have not yet talked about a relationship this whole time. So we paid you all this money just for you to say, wah, 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 wah. That's Charlie Brown.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Charlie Brown. Because you're not, when these people talk to us, they're not letting us have that safe space. They don't want to build a relationship with us. That's how they do with their students. They don't want to build a relationship with them. They just want to be the title. I'm going to tell you how it is, and that's the end of the story. And you wonder why they don't come to your class. Oh, well, they're skipping my class.
I wonder why.
Because if you're not wanting to build a relationship with me, I'm going to skip your class too. Do I condone it? No. But at the end of the day, if you're going to teach me, I need to know that this relationship is genuine. So if I do mess up on this math problem, I know that you're going to say, hey, hold on. Come here. Let me talk to you. You know what you're doing. Stop acting like you don't know what you're doing. This is me and you up here. Don't worry about your classmates. Just me and you, one-on-one. Do this as if we were tutoring one another. As if I'm tutoring you. You got this. Now, after safe space, relationship build, get to the board, everything piece of cake, right? Oh, wow.
That's safe. That's safe, yeah.
But you can't have conversations like this with everybody because they're going to tell you what society wants you to know, not what they know.
Right.
Relationships. We build them. We build them every day. We build them outside of school. Relationships. When they graduate, relationships. They're gonna reach back out to you and say, "Hey man, you made a difference for me in math. Hey, Fred, I knew what you went through when you were going through what you were going through. I done been through that, but when I seen you go through it, and I seen how you overcame it with these steps that you told me to take, look at me now." Hey, coach, you told me, I needed a backup plan just in case basketball didn't work out for me. But hey, coach, look at me now, man. I'm a nurse. I'm doing my thing in the medical field. I don't even got to play basketball to make money no more. Like, this is what I love to do. This is not always going to get you everywhere. This, what we are doing, we are building relationships. We are networking. So when you have a relationship with your kids, you're networking, because so when they get into real life, they know they can call you and say, "Hey, coach," or "Hey, Dane," "Hey, Fred, how do I do X, Y, Z? I have an interview here. How should I come across it when I speak into this?" Because you built that relationship. No. So this goes from school all the way to life. They're still going to want to have that relationship with you if you were genuine.
Yeah. Let that soak in for a minute. Let that soak in.
I told you I miss y'all. I had so much to say.
Andrew, I think that we should bring him back on more often. Seriously.
I mean, we're gonna have to, because he's been gone for I don't know how long.
Hey, listen. I know we all go through stuff, but no, because you know what, Andrew, I ain't gonna lie. I know Damian be mad, and when I say he be mad, because I know he hates sending me that email like, "Nah, we can't do it tonight, coach." And I be feeling him, because I feel his spirit, because I know how he said. Like, "Oh Lord, I got to tell coach we ain't gonna do it tonight." All right, coach, look, you my guy. And then let me tell you what he did, right? This is relationships. Now, let me tell you about this safe space. I'm going to just come out and say it, because I feel comfortable saying this. This is me and Damian's safe space. Here's Damian. "Hey, how you?" Okay. You ain't never hit me up and said, "Hey, how you?" Like, they ain't never hit me up like that. So I knew it was something. He was like, "And how was your day?" And so I'm looking at the email like, it was good. Like, all right, what you got going on? So he was like, but I was able to tell him one day, I was like, "Man, it was rough." And you know what he told me? He said, "Man, I'm sorry to hear that." And I knew it was genuine. And what he don't realize is my day was better after that. Just because he checked in on me. Like, that means a lot. And then when you're behind Mr. Fred, wasn't able to join in, I'm like, oh, no. If I was a ghost, if I could be a teleport, I would have teleported to where you was and slapped you. Hey, get your life together. Let's go. You know what time it is. You know we got to record. Like, you know it. But what I am grateful is that you all have given yourself that self-care that you needed. Because you do this. This is what you do. But sometimes you have to just say, "Let me put this down for a second.
Yeah.
Let me get myself together." And people are not thankful for that. I've never came at you sideways, David, about, "See, man, you told me we was going." Because if I do that to you, how would I look as a person? Because now that tells you that, so he pretty much just wants to use us as a platform just to be on the show. And because he can't get on the show, now he wants to call us out like we're the bad people. Same thing with teaching. Because I don't want to give you that grade. Now you want to run up and tell somebody, "Oh, they're not teaching me." No. I'm teaching you. You're not listening. And because you're in your feelings, now you want to try to get some stuff popping. But if they were to fight me today or tomorrow, and then my replacement was to come in, and it was the replacement that you think is going to be, y'all going to be, "Hey, we got to get Coach DJ back. We need Coach DJ." No. You didn't like how I did things. And everything that I did was an issue. And when I had to postpone some stuff, everybody want to do this. But then when the cake and when the cake is cooked and the icing is on it, everybody want a piece. Now I'm in there like I'm ready to go. But sometimes I got to chill for a second and cool off, because you can't put icing on the cake until the cake cools off.
Right. Right.
And so that's how people in society feel, right? Because they don't have that safe space, and they don't have that relationship. I had a relationship with you all. You all have speakers on here on a daily basis, and you probably have people be putting in your inbox like, "Hey man, you got to get me on the show." Okay, we'll get you on the show, but what is it that you do that's going to give us the opportunity to say, "All right, we're going to bring you on"? Because think about it now. Think about the relationship we have, y'all. We had some good stuff, but I had to earn my stripes with y'all. Because had my first interview been trash, y'all wouldn't be seeing me on here today.
Right.
No.
Real.
No.
Right.
That's real. Cause nobody and I feel you all would have told me, "Hey coach, we appreciate you, man, but look, this ain't your avenue." Hey, you know. And then you can take that either one or two ways. Or if you're real with yourself, you say, "You know what? Let me reach back out to these guys. Hey, dang, check this out, man. This Coach DJ. What is it that I did that made you feel like, this ain't for me?" And guess what you're gonna say? You did X, Y, Z. If you work on ABC, we can get you where you need to get to. But you're not gonna do it while we're live recording. But what I'll do is I'll do a Zoom call. You can do a Zoom call with me and Andrew, and we'll give you a topic and let you see how you do with that topic. And then as you get better and better with it, now here comes your opportunity. Redeem yourself, because we had that safe space and we had that relationship, and it was a difficult conversation to have. But at the same time, it made me a better person and a better speaker, right? Same thing in the classroom. If you're not teaching right, let me pull you to the side and say, "Hey, you ain't got to go by these standards exact. When you're teaching, it is an art. It is a form. It is your classroom. You be you. You bring whatever subject you have and you bring it to life. As long as those kids are getting what they need, as long as those kids are understanding what it is that you're teaching them, and as long as you're up there being genuine and teaching from the heart, got it. As opposed to being the robot. You don't need that. When I do history, we do history. We bring history to life. You're not gonna play no games like that. I don't like what we use. So what I do is I put my own tweak into it. But those kids tell me every day, we always learn something that Coach D does that. Because we have a safe space and we have a relationship. I'm just Coach DJ. I ain't nobody else.
Nobody else.
And you all have some good speakers on here. But like I told people, I don't have to compete with them. I'm where I need to be, and I know who my crowd is, and I know who I relate to. I don't like talking to educators because they know everything. I don't want to build a safe space with them because they don't want to have a safe space. They don't want the relationship because all they want you to know is, I've been teaching for 50-something years, and you can't tell me a goddamn thing. It's fine. Because it's not about you anyway. It's about us. It's you. So I know their attention span is going to be on me. They're like, "Oh, snap, okay." So DJ tatted from head to toe. But if I come in the 3-piece, they're like, "Oh, snap." But I can throw some Jordans on too in a nice little V-neck from Hollister and some Hollister jeans. And they still like, "Oh, snap. This brother here got it." Because I know how to switch the scene. I ain't got to wear no 3-piece suit when I'm talking to my youth. Why? But if I need to show you how to dress for success, even with the tattoos, you can see it. This brother know how to dress. This brother know how to carry himself, because we have that relationship and we have that space.
Yep. Andrew, let's get started here.
We already started. We already started. We've been started.
So why don't you give us today, you guys, we're going to be giving you guys 6 ways to use phone calls to support your students. So we're going to give you guys some 6 ways of how you can do that with your students during this time. So Andrew, why don't you give us some of those ways of how teachers can connect with their students during this time?
All right. So the very first one is checking in to appreciate, calling the student to appreciate them for their work signals to them. It seems them and their work despite being far away. It also proves to them that they're learning, like Coach Darnell said, that their learning matters to you.
Yeah.
It also helps students who are doing well to continue to do well. You all know, of course, we don't like when, teachers call our parents calling home, because that's the immediate thought of, oh, I might get in trouble as soon as I get home. We all know that mindset. We already know that mindset. So, what are y'all thoughts on that?
Every phone call is not
I'll
bad.
No.
Every phone call is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes a phone call can be a positive phone call.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, most phone calls are what? They're negative, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now, when you make that phone call, first thing, see, I knew you did. Well, no, he actually didn't do anything wrong today. I actually was calling you to let you know that he studied so hard for that test that he made a B plus. And I wanted to call you and just let you know that he's getting what he needs in my class. So this is a positive phone call.
Mm-hmm.
All phone calls ain't bad.
Right. And see, you are getting to have a relationship with the parents as well when you are checking up with them of how their child is doing that day in that class. So, yeah, like you said, not all phone calls are bad. Sometimes they just want to, check in to give you guys a good report of how your child is. But no, you think every time it's some bad news. It's not.
Right. Right. And I feel like that's what teachers should do nowadays, is to make that phone call to see, they're doing excellent in their classroom.
Yeah.
Instead of nobody wants a bad phone call. Nobody wants that. They want to receive a positive phone call. So that student can, I don't know, go out to eat or, spend time with friends, do all this amazing things. Instead of, oh, Matthew got an F on a math test. And now, guess what Matthew thinks? He might get in trouble as soon as he get home.
Exactly.
Right.
What's next?
What's next? Kind of like what we talked about again, checking in to remind. Many students need reminders to retakes. That 2-minute reminder phone call goes a long way in preventing future learning gaps for the student. So if a student is missing assignment, make that phone call.
Yes.
Be like, hey, I see that you haven't turned in your math assignment the other day. When can you turn it in if possible? Can you turn it in by the end of the week? That'd be great. Something like that.
But realize what did you just do though? You had that what? That safe space, right? Because
Exactly.
you build a relationship. So like me, see, I'm foolish. Like I know my kids be on Instagram. I'm dropping in the DMs. Hey yo, I'm throwing in the NBA YoungBoy verse and telling you if you don't turn in my goddamn world history homework, yeah, we about to go to war. And oh snap, coach did hit me up in the DMs. Let me go because I had a relationship with them. So they know like, all right, let me go ahead and get my work. Like the day in school, a lot of our kids were behind in certain units. So the day we had study time, like catch up on your units, right? They enjoyed it because guess what? I'm not nagging. I'm telling you, this is what you need to do. Now did I have some hard heads? Yeah. But the classmates was like, yo, man, coach ain't got to do this for us. This man can really just go on to the next unit and then he say, everybody get a 0 for that unit. But that history's supposed to be fun. I ain't supposed to be failing nobody in history.
Right.
You have those students who feel like, well, I'm a triumph. Try me then. And then when you get that report card and you see that D and that F on that, then you'll realize, oh man, coach ain't nothing to mess with. I've been told you I wasn't nothing to mess with. I've been told you that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's more than a phone call. It's more than a Zoom call. It's more than an email. You know what I mean? Like, these kids want to be heard. They're reaching out saying, help me so that I can become better. Help me so that the games don't take me away. Help me because I don't want to be in the welfare line. Help me because I don't want to be in alternative school because I'm fighting all the time and I got an attitude. Help me because I'm tired of going into juvenile delinquency. Help me because I'm tired of going to foster home and from home to home and from pillow to. I don't want to go through that no more. So all this right here, every little thing is beneficial. Every little thing is beneficial. I'm like I tell people, I'm not your PhD Harvard guy. I'm not that host. Like I'm not that guest. I'm getting my master's in coaching and athletic administration. I mean, I love coaching. And I want to become an athletic director because I'm even tired by athletic directors lying to our kids. You're gonna make it. No. You're not gonna make it. If your work ethic is bad, you're not gonna make it. So stop lying to them. Safe space.
Tell them.
Because if your GPA is a 2.5, you're not getting into Harvard. Stop lying to them students talking about they're gonna get into Harvard with a 2. I'm sorry. You're not gonna get into Harvard. They're getting to Harvard because that's just how the cookie crumbles. Not trying to go down the race line, but it's a safe space, right?
Right.
So I have a relationship to say, like, all y'all not going to Yale and Harvard. Well, coach, you always represent your HBCU. Absolutely right. Because it's those HBCUs that'll take you and to get you where you got to get you. They don't care if you got a 2.0. They don't even care if you got a 1.8. What they're saying is, come home. These were meant for you to be here.
HBCU.
Come home.
They're meant for you.
They for you. These PWI see us as a number. Let's have a safe space relationship. Coach always repping A&T. I am. That's where I graduated from. I'm gonna always rep my school because that was my HBCU. I am a proud product of North Carolina A&T State University, and I want you to be a proud product of wherever you go. But at the end of the day, you still got to build that relationship, and you still gotta have that safe space to say, hey, you know what, y'all, let's take the time out, man. Let's have a Zoom meeting. Let's get everything off our chest, and let's grow up. It's time for us to grow up now. I'm a 9th grader, and I need to grow up because I need to prepare for 10th grade. So then when I prepare for 10th grade, I can be ready for 11th grade. And when I work for 11th grade, I can be ready for the 12th grade, and I can graduate what I need to do. Whether it's a trade, whether it's college, whether it's working, whether it's doing care. I don't care what it is. They prepared me each tier, and I had a relationship with my teachers to get me to where I needed to get to. And they listened. Because when we came into our safe space, I was able to get a lot of frustration. And you might have said every cuss word in the book, but it doesn't matter because it's your safe space. And if you need to vent like that, you can vent like that. Because I'm here for you. Because we have that relationship. But I appreciate this because you all give me an opportunity to do what I need to do. And just like I told people, they ask me, well, why you not on other people's podcasts? Because some people be funny. 1 minute they want you on, then the next minute, because your name isn't like up there, and they get that one big name. Oh, I just want to let you know, you don't have to do the show for us. We found somebody else. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because what you think I'm going to do, I'm not. See, you said that because you want to see what's going to get a reaction out of me. But when I say these words right here, well, thank you for taking time out to call me and let me know. But and I'm sorry that things didn't work out. But please, whenever you feel it's appropriate or I'm important enough for it to come on the show, let me know. Wow, I wasn't expecting you to say. I know you wasn't expecting me to say that. Because I know what you were expecting me to say, but I didn't say that to you. You know how many other podcasts it is in the United States? People be acting like they got the best podcast in the world. Do you understand how many more podcasts there is? Somebody is going to give me an opportunity to speak.
Yes.
And as long as I don't never, as much as I've been on this show, one thing you all can say about me, I'm very humble and I'm very grateful. I've never came on here and said, all right, y'all, so who hit you up today and said, hey, is Coach Darnell going to be on?
No.
Does it matter? As long as they invite you to the show, that's all that should be important. As long as you give that knowledge and speak like you need to speak and it makes sense, and everybody like, all right, yo, I'm on this boat. That's all that matters. Why are we sitting here? Hey, man, anybody say something about me? Hey, man, how many likes you got when I was on your show? Not worried about nobody else. I want to know what I got. Like, it's not your show. You're a guest. It's called Future Educators Talk. Not Future Educators Talk all about Michael. No. This is one show, 2 hosts, and you were just blessed to be picked for that day. But I can show you how we can do this. I will never email you again. And you ain't never got to worry about coming back on the show. Because all you think it is beneficial for you and you only, and you want to get your followers up. No. You can't build a relationship with people like that. Because in this podcast world, people speak. That's what they fail to realize. People speak. Might not be big yet. But when I do make it, and I bring back certain guests, your name won't be on that list. Because you don't know how to just... And we don't have that relationship. So since we don't have a relationship, I can just go ahead and scratch you off this list.
Right. Right job. That's the lesson of the day right there. Lesson of the day.
Look, boy, Damian be looking like you know what? Damian be having them looking like, you know what? Every time Coach come on this show, it's just always. And then Drew be over there like, I don't know whether to write it down. I don't know whether to screenshot. I don't know what to do. Like, hey man.
Hey, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
But in all, man, like I said, I appreciate y'all. But I do want to ask you all this. How are the ratings? Like, how is everything coming along for you all? Is this starting to branch out more and more? Like what's really going on?
Yeah.
Man.
Probably last month, I believe, that we did a special episode of giving our viewers of the stats of this podcast and how many people are listening to it. And we got about 1,719 views of listening to this podcast. So people are really listening to what we have to say at this young age that we are doing it. And we are the first who are starting to have these conversations, and to hopefully this will start of many educators to start having it with their colleagues, because that is the purpose of this podcast here. We want to let educators know that you can talk about this too. If we are talking about it, you can too. Don't be afraid to talk about it. So I am glad that lots of people and also young people as well are listening to our podcast. They're tuning in every week to hear what we have to say.
Yeah. Majority of high school / college students and plus those first year teachers as well.
That listen, God gave you to a calling. You use it. You use it. Listen, y'all need to start thinking big. I done told y'all. I told y'all this
Oh,
about 15 times already. Y'all need to start thinking big. Y'all need to do a summit.
oh, yes. And then I don't know if you have heard this, but we are planning, and this is going to happen, that this podcast, wait for it, wait for it.
Wait, hold on, wait for it. Hold on, wait. He ain't ready for that. He ain't
Mm-mm,
ready.
he's not ready. We are planning to hopefully turn this podcast into a talk show. That is what we want to do,
He's like, man.
to reach a much bigger
He's not
audience.
ready for that. He's like, man.
Yeah.
You all have something special. It ain't about the rates. It ain't about the statistics. You all are genuine with what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You are reaching out to people that needs to be reached out to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if I'm a first, like, I'm just being honest. If I'm a teacher and I got tattoos, I'm like, man, they always. Oh, hold up, Coach DJ got tattoos. Boy, Coach DJ got tattoos on his hand, on his neck, and this man in education. Yes, you can do it too, because it's not about this. It's about the inner you. Like what's on the outside don't make you. And people need to stop being so judgmental about, oh, because he got tattoos. Yeah, but I can relate to the kids more than you can though. Because just because I didn't get my doctorate at Harvard University, that doesn't mean anything. Like I got my bachelor's from North Carolina A&T, and I'm getting my master's in something totally different. It's not education. I just love teaching, and I love coaching. And guess what? I get to be around every day. I get to be around my kids. I get to lead my kids. They get to see their leader lead by example all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is about. What you guys are doing is great. That's why I don't have no problem. No, I'm not a Michael Nelson. No, I'm not an E.T. I don't want to be them. I want to be Coach Darnell.
Right.
Do they get money? Yeah. I mean, you're a big time name, of course. But how about for once these big time names say, you know what, I don't want anything from you. I want to spit knowledge that's free. I don't have to do this all the time. Well, Coach Darnell, we're going to send you a check for $500 for speaking. Put that in your budget. Yeah, put that in your budget. Because I'm good. I'm good. You understand what I'm saying? God got me. Like, I don't need that. Not to talk. Because the knowledge is free. Right? Why can't the knowledge be free? And I'm leaving you with this. I told my kids this the other day. My top 4 rappers of all time. Meek Mills, Kendrick Lamar, Wale, and J. Cole. And my kids told me, Coach, that's the stupidest thing you could have said. Why? Because them brothers too deep for y'all. Sometimes you need to listen to rappers that are deep. Wale speaks. J. Cole speaks. I love J. Cole because J. Cole always tells a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel with teaching. I tell a story when I teach history. And with those 4 artists I just named, they always speaking the real. And they never speaking the fake.
Okay.
And building relationships.
Number 3.
Oh, snap. My bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Number 3, check it in to find out why. Sometimes a student is a week or 2 behind, or appears to have submitted an assignment in a hurry or skips assignments. Okay, let me just stop right there for a second, because I hate when teachers give you a 0 for turning in an assignment late, even if it's like a week later. Like, why? Why are you giving us a 0 for? Like, just be glad that we turning in this assignment.
Yeah.
At least we put in the effort. Yes, we may, turn it in a week late. Yes, we're not turning it on time, but at least we got it done. That's what matters.
That is right. But guess what, Andrew? I didn't know that your mom works overnight and you got 14 brothers and sisters. I didn't know that. So of course you're not going to get your homework done, because you have to be the man of the house because your mom works overnight. So you're not thinking about no homework. But when you told me that, right, I should have been able to do what? Listen and say, you know what? All right, look, turn in your homework. You know the penalty when you turn in the homework late, right? But you did well on it. So instead of giving you a low C, like most people, I'm going to give you this B. Because you know you really made an A, but I got to take something away. So I'm going to take away like 10 points. And you're going to get like an 85. Because you told me your situation, right? As opposed to the, you lying. You know you just ain't want to do it, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Granted, right? Some kids do lie, right? We know that. Right. But not all kids lie. Some kids go through tough situations.
Yes.
Like you might not have known that I was homeless. So how can I do my homework? I don't have nowhere to go. So if I can't find a shelter to go to at night, I'm thinking about where I'm going to eat and where I'm going to lay my head. But you didn't know that. You're just getting on me because I didn't turn in the homework assignment. And it took me longer than expected. We have to open our eyes, educators. We have to open our eyes and ears. And I don't care. Some of y'all might be saying, well, we got kids who just take advantage of that. Well, they take advantage of it. Get to know them and see why. Because at some point, they're going to let you know what's really going on if you just open your eyes and listen.
Yes.
Okay, y'all, I'm on 10% on my iPad. What's the next one?
I was just about to say that a teacher does not know what goes on outside of a student, outside of their classroom. They don't know. They have no idea. Right. Exactly. They have no idea. They're not in their shoes every single day.
Right.
Yes, when they come to school, you may see them all smiling, happy, they're feeling great. But you don't know what's in the inside of them. What's going on inside of them? They may be homeless, don't have a home, they family problems, whatever. You don't know.
Right.
Because you don't have that.
The word of the day, safe space. Safe space, y'all.
Exactly.
Y'all need to start talking to them, building relationships with them.
Exactly. Because that's what it's about. That's what it's supposed to be about. Build relationships with your students. So what? You're gonna have those outcasts and those kids who act out. Like that's just life. Because just like we said earlier, there's no perfect child. There's no perfect school.
No.
So build relationships with your kids. Build relationship with those students.
Yes. Because everybody has a story to tell. Everybody does.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm. So our fourth tip that we have is reteaching or clarifying some key concepts. Now we all know that remote learning, it makes it hard to honor the fact that learning and teaching is a two-way street, you guys. So no matter how much you think or you rethink about what concepts that a student might have or what they might encounter and account for them, either in your lesson plans, you have met a student with a question that you probably could have or could not have come up with yourself. Like, for example, from, a student's response in a Google form or from Google Classroom. Now, phone calls, they make students thinking very clear, and you help them present the content to them the way that they need it for you. Now, we also have insight into a student thinking. This also helps you make your future lesson plans better. So what do you guys think of this here?
I don't really know, to be honest with you.
One word. One word comes to mind, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to this remote thing, right? And everything that you said, Dane, only one word comes to mind with that, right? Because at some point, this stuff really gets tiring, it gets frustrating, things like that. Parents ain't really wanting to hear this phone call every day. So one word comes to mind with this. Patience.
Patience is key.
Patience, Damien. This right here, all that. What I think about that requires patience. Because you ain't got no choice. You can't rush. And you're not going to get through one lesson every day. You're not going to get through one lesson. No, you're going to go over that lesson more than once. Because you got to understand the kids that you might have. You might have some struggling kids. You got to go through this lesson that's going to be beneficial to everybody. So everybody can be on the same page. So we got to have patience on this.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Our fifth that we have is supporting students on retakes. Now, sometimes educators, a reminder message or even an email about a retake is quite enough. This is enough. But sometimes the response in a Google form, this can make it abundantly clear that the student needs more support from you of the retakes. So in such cases, let's say a teacher, they call the student and they guide the student through the retake. Now, this student succeeds in the retake and they get to learn about the teacher gets to learn about the student's knowledge and their thinking process of retaking this test here. That's good. That's good right there. Any thoughts with this here?
Not only, but the student also can learn from their mistakes as well.
Yes.
When they do that retake. Oh, this is what I did in the first test. Now I'm doing it secondly now. Now I see what I did wrong. That's why I got, now I can understand why B was the incorrect, and now I can see C was the correct answer. Now I get it.
Right.
Yeah, I love retakes. My kids ain't never got no problem. Like, they know, like, hey, coach, like, yo, I messed up. All right, let me see what you done messed up on. Because I know we went over this in class. So, look, I'm going to give you one more try. Because I know with this one more try, you're going to really remember what we just talked about. I mean, they done went from a 41 to like an 85 because they were like, okay, I rushed through it. I didn't read the question. And coaches went over it like 20 minutes ago. And it's still fresh in my mind. Like, what's really going on? So I don't have no problem giving my kids no retakes. And we're not gonna get into the problem because that'll take us away from what we're talking about. Because you have some teachers, boy, y'all already know we're gonna go with this, right? And we're not gonna go there. But I ain't got no problem with no retakes. And certain educators shouldn't have a problem with retakes. Because like you said, you will see what the child knows.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's called growth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Well, on to our final ways, you guys, we have is the last is helping students get organized. Now, during this pandemic, many students require help with organizing themselves, irrespective of whether they have learning difficulties. Now, almost all issues concerning organizations and executive functions, they are visible through work submitted online. And then also some phone calls have helped some teachers get to the bottom of the issue and suggest solutions immediately. For example, let's say I made a planner, but I can't find it. Well, stick your planner on the wall so you know of the tasks of the due dates that are coming up. Or let's say that you saw your message about the retake, but you forgot about it. Well, from now on, you can enter your retakes in your planner as soon as you see your message. So, what do you think of this here, of helping students get organized here? I think it's great.
Listen, for the students out there, this is for y'all. Go ahead and make a calendar so that when teachers send you that email or that text message, hey, you got to retake, I don't know, on November 25th or on November 24th, mark that down so that you know, oh, I need to go ahead and start studying for this. Let me go ahead and look back at my notes and see what I did wrong so I can get it right on the retest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
I actually want to give a little shout out here to my former biology teacher, Miss Stone, because in her class she does notebook contents. You know, like table of contents. You know, every information, every piece of notes, or every piece of worksheet that she gives you, you put in your binder.
Yeah.
And then at the end of every unit, she's going to check and see if you're organized. Check and see if everything's in place. Because if not, where is it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's very important to be organized so that, because it really helps your mind focus. To be honest with you. You coming from, I'm speaking this from experience because I was an organized person back at elementary school. I was. Trust me, I was. Until I hit middle school. That's when I that's when I realized I need to get my stuff together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Get your stuff together after being unorganized. You know better. Don't make me write you up, Mr. FRETT, because you sitting up there being unorganized, sir. You couldn't come to my class. I got too much OCD. Like, you gonna be organized. You gonna sit here and be like, God, because my kids know, they be like, boy, Coach so organized. Yes, sir. Color schemes, color folders. Get my work, I want it in your folder. So when I open your folder, I want to make notes over here, and I want notes over here. They be sitting here looking at me, this brother here is crazy. Coach, what is really good with you? This brother got OCD. Don't play the game, because in life you got to be organized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How was you going to pay your bills?
If you want a good woman or a good man, you better be organized, because they ain't finna go there. He dirty. He nasty. He don't know how to organize himself. Like, don't nobody want to hear that, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Damian laugh. It is okay. You don't have to get it serious. Because it is okay. Because this is our safe spot. And you know we love to laugh. But that's the truth of the matter. If you're not organized, then you're going to take that into real life and you're not going to be organized. So when you start working, you're not going to have no organization about what's going on because you didn't have no organization in school. So if you know you got an assignment due in science, you need to organize that to make sure it doesn't compromise what you're doing in English. And then that doesn't overtake what you're doing with math. You know, things like that. You have to have organization. That's just what it is.
Come on.
Right.
Just like in real life. You got to pay bills. If you got bill that's due on the 20th, all right, let me set some money aside so that I can save some money so that I can pay the bill on the 20th. Because if you don't, of course you don't, let's say the light bill, then the light's going to be off.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even though they do give you a couple of days, which is good, but you're right. And if you ain't paid in like 2 months, they looking at you like, all right, bro, like, come on now. We done gave you 2 months. We done gave you 2 months to pay a $98 bill. Come on now. You gotta be organized, baby.
Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. Priorities. Get them straight. Straight line.
All
I ain't
right,
talking about math terms either. Get them straight.
Hey, look. We is not going to get on no math terms. Matter of fact, we ain't even talk about math. Hey, y'all, I don't want to talk about no equations, no algebraic expressions, none of that. Like, we're not going to talk about the acute, the obtuse. We're not doing none of that, okay? Because we all know that the right angle is 90 degrees. We get that, but that is okay. No. So look. I don't know how much longer we have, but I want to leave y'all with something. Remember, I had told y'all about the whole little thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, at that time, I said I live with this harsh reality. Oftentimes, when I walk into the building, having the feeling of who is watching me, who doesn't trust me, and what do people think of me. Now, many tell me not to feed into that, but it's tough not having colleagues that can connect with you on a personal level.
Right.
Professionalism teaches you to collaborate with all, but how can you collaborate with those at times question your intelligence? I will never forget what a teacher once told me. The only reason students like you is because you're tall, you're tatted, athletic, and black. Those words have struck me since they were mumbled in my ear. These microaggressions happen often, but I think back to my family and those men in my family who lived in the civil rights era. Every day, as an educator, I'm fighting to work harder than the last to reduce the stereotypes about black males in education and black males in society. I accept the challenges that I'm faced with on the day-to-day basis, but at some point, I hope that my work will tear down these walls that are up for black males in America, all for the purpose of making it easier for future young black male educators.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Damian look like he finna cry, yo. Because I'm about to shed a tear. Because I'm trying to think, like, Dave, what's going on, man? Did I say something?
No,
Okay.
no. While you was reading that, saying that to us, I was just thinking about something that I really don't want to get into it, actually.
Okay. That's fine.
That's fine.
I mean, it's
Can we say that for another episode?
yeah, we can. We
Okay.
can because y'all are going to be shocked by this here. So we could say this another time here, because I want to let you know of what do you think of this here, and I've been holding it in for so long. So we will have you back on to where I discuss what I have to say. But yeah, that is absolutely true right there. Absolutely true. I love that. So thank you for sharing that.
And I'm taking a fast from social media, but dang, y'all have my contact information. If anybody needs to get a hold of me, just email me. Because right now I'm taking a fast from social media. And I've been doing good. I've been doing great. I'm so proud of myself. So I won't be back on social media till the beginning of January. Because I just
Okay.
didn't need that time to. And I also did you all's intro. So you should have that in your email.
Yes,
Yes.
I got
Yes.
it. I got
Yeah.
it. I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but
Yes.
hey man, thank y'all. It's always a
Mm,
blessing. It's always a pleasure.
Yes,
sir,
absolutely.
sir,
Absolutely. Thank
always.
you. Yes, thank you for always coming on. I mean, seriously, thank you so much. We really do appreciate you. So thank you.
Yes, not a problem. And when is this airing so I can let my mama know? Because my mama loves watching y'all stuff too. She's actually seeing everything with everybody, but she be always like, my baby, he was mama, relax. They done had some deeper people than me on there, but it's okay.
Um, so this episode will air actually next week. So,
All right. Well,
well, not
dang,
next week because next week
it's
is
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving week. So it'll be the week after next.
My
Yeah.
brother, like we all gonna have like extra pounds on us, so let's just stop playing. But look though, look. Dave, you know how to get in contact with me, man. Don't you be hesitant. Send me your phone number, man. We gonna talk. Drew, we gotta talk, bro. Like I ain't talked to you. Like come on now. Y'all like little brothers to me. Like we need to talk. Cause I really need us to sit down and I want us to do some things. Cause it's time for us to connect.
All right, let's get
Yes.
to work.
And let's do some things. And we ain't got to bring in no high names, but we can bring in some people that can do the speaking. We can have like some things where we can have like different sessions where you speak, Fred will speak, I'll speak. Fred, we know what you went through with mental. That's your story. You need to really start finding out and looking at other people how they do their thing when they talked about their mental and change the game on that so people can understand and be engaged of what's really going on and how we can overcome this. And then as far as you go, baby, just keep doing you and find whatever it is in you. Pull something out about math. Like talk about it. Talk about a new era of math, how we can do things. You know what I'm saying? What makes math more engaging just with the womp and doing this and doing that. And then, I can talk about what it means to be a black coach in a white society and things like that. Like, man, it's so much we can come together. And if y'all want to put the icing on the cake, then just bring in what my guy name is with the dreads. Cause he
Kwame,
Yes.
drop mic on that.
let's
Like
let's get to
so
work.
I mean,
Yeah.
y'all got some great guests. So I mean, if we all come together, then start a limit. But people,
Yes.
I don't have an ego. You don't have, but we need to let people know if we're gonna bring you in this circle. It's not about egos. It's about coming together. We don't care about what experiences you have. Bring the
Mhm.
experience together so we can start relating this to other people. So we
Right.
can really talk.
Right.
I even got a title for this. For this thing I want to do with y'all. I got a title and everything. And I'm not gonna tell you until we talk.
Okay.
So
Well.
we gotta talk to you first before we gotta talk to you first before you can be like, all right, so this is what we're doing now. This is the title. This is
You're gonna
everything
like
what
this
we're
title.
doing. You do this, you do this. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. Y'all gonna
Let's
like
get to
this.
work.
Yes, we will make it happen. We will
All right.
definitely make it happen.
All right. Well, y'all have a blessed night. I appreciate y'all, and I'm about to go walk the dog.
All right.
Okay.
Take
Well,
care.
take care. Wow.
Mm, mm. All right, so let's get to work. Let's first and foremost, let's get to work. Cause he said he got a title and everything, and then he's gonna talk about black being a teacher in a white society. You gonna talk about math changing, and I'm gonna talk about mental health and let's get to work.
Yeah.
Let's get to work.
Exactly. Let's get to work. That's why we brought on another co-host, you guys, to where, because like he said, it's time for all of us brothers to come together as one so we could discuss and have this safe space together. That's what I want this podcast to be here. It is a safe space to where we could come together and talk about anything. Besides education. Yes, that is important. Our education system is important, but also let's talk about what's the bottom line, what's the issues that's happening around us, what do we see, and let's have the safe space together.
Let's talk about it.
Exactly. So that was a powerful episode, you guys, with Coach Darnell. We will bring him back on, you guys. Probably next week's episode. When this comes out, yes, when this comes out, it will be next week's episode of what I have to share with all of you guys. So we will be bringing him back on more, you guys, because we haven't connected with him in quite some time now. So we will do that. So let's go on to announcements, because I know we have some announcements to make. So I'll start with you, Andrew, first. What's going on with you?
So, for my announcements, of course, with my miniseries, Let's FRETT About Education. I don't know if y'all already seen the tweet already, but the season 2 finale of Let's FRETT About Education will premiere Friday, January the 8th. That is the season 2 premiere, which will be a couple of days before the season series premiere of Let's Talk Together with DAMIAN Anderson. And then that's when I will focus on season 3. Not only also with season 3, but also focusing on moving as well. Because I know pretty sure some of you have already know that I am moving sometime in April/May of next year. That's what Coach Darnell does not know. I have not told him yet. But I'm pretty sure he'll be in for a surprise when I do tell him that I'll be moving soon. Also, I will do a holiday special on Christmas Eve. Just to say happy holidays and all that stuff. So just stay tuned for all of that. Also, I have a job update for all of you out there. As you may know, that I'm working, I guess might as well say it right, working at Sheets now for about almost a year and some months now. I have now, it's not official yet, but I will be working at Amazon now, starting next week, probably next week, within the next 2 weeks. I haven't really made a final, I've made a final decision, which is to do part-time and do full-time. So which means I'll do full-time with Amazon and do part-time with Sheets. Because I feel like it's time. No, I'm not leaving Sheets. I can't leave Sheets because Sheets is my first job. So I can't leave Sheets just yet. But that is the job update. In case y'all be like, what are you doing at Amazon? I'll be delivering packages to your doors. Like FedEx and UPS. I'll be delivering packages to your doors. So if you got a package, I will deliver to you. So that is the job update. And that is my announcements. Damian?
Okay. Yes. So you guys, let me do Damien Talks Education first. That will come back to you guys in December. I'll keep you guys updated on that, the premiere date for that. I have so many topics that I want to discuss with all of you, and I can't wait for you to hear my thoughts of what I have to say, because this season, in season 2, the upcoming season, I am being real with all of you. I am not holding back on any topics, and I'm going to talk about it. Everything. Every topic that is being discussed now, and also what's on your mind. And if you want me to talk about a topic that you are talking about currently with your friends or family members, please let me know so I can talk about it and share my thoughts on it. So I'll keep you guys up there on that. My new podcast, Race Talk with Damian Anderson, premieres in January. I will keep you guys updated on that as well. And pretty much that's it, I believe. I don't think I'm leaving nothing out. So that's all the announcements that I have.
Well, since there are no other announcements, well, I guess I would be saying it.
Make sure you guys, subscribe to our podcast, you guys. We are available everywhere. Pretty much just search in the search box, Future Educators Talk. You share our podcast out, the contents that we post on our social medias. You leave a review of our show.
Make sure you do
and
that.
Also, yes, and also tell your friends about our show as well, because we are doing great, as you heard from Coach Darnell, that we are doing great, you guys. So you need to check us out. Check us out for what we are talking about, please. So hey. I just want to.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I just want to leave off with.
Follow us on social media. Make sure, because I'm telling you, it's going to happen. What Coach Darnell said, it's going to happen. So make sure you follow us on social media, because it's going to happen. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So make sure you follow us on social media to find out what's happening.
Yes, stay in the news with us, you guys, because you never know what we might post. You never know if you don't follow us. So please follow us, and then also your host as well on our personal accounts of what is going on in our lovely lives. Of course, with KJ, I don't want to speak behalf on him, but he is doing some awesome things. He is really doing some awesome things. I'll be checking his posts out, and he is doing great. I'm just so excited for all of our futures. But anyways, I'm going to leave off with this, then I'm going to let you end the show here, Andrew. Please, everyone, wear your mask. Please wear your mask. Practice social distancing. Please do that. And also wash your hands. Okay? Those 3 things, you guys, those 3. It saves lives if we just do those things. Please do those. I'm encouraging all of you guys. We encourage you all to vote. You did. So now I'm encouraging you all to do these 3 things.
Yep. So yeah, make sure you do that. So.
Well, you guys, without further ado, you guys, thank you for listening to this episode here. I know it's a long episode here, because every time we bring him on, it's a long episode. So you guys already know it.
You already know what time it is. Bring y'all snacks. Bring something to drink. sit back and relax.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably gonna be like an hour or an hour and a half episode, maybe 2 hours. Go ahead, sit back and relax and get comfortable. Either in your couch or your bed. And get comfortable.
Yes, you guys. So until then, you guys, we will see you next time on a new episode of Future Educators Talk. So until then, you guys, take care of yourself. And we will see you guys next time.
Take care.
What's going on, everybody? It's KJ here, letting you know that if you have any questions or concerns about Future Educators Talk, stories to share, feedback to make our podcast better, reactions to the topics that we discuss, jokes to tell, or you would like someone for the co-host to interview, please let us know by direct messaging us on Instagram at Future Educators Talk, emailing us at futureeducatorstalk@gmail.com, or sending in a voice message to us by going to anchor.fm/futureedtalk. Click on the message tab to where you can record your question to us. Once again, we thank you for listening. Thank you for your continued support, and we cannot wait for you to tune in for season 4.
Don't just listen to Future Educators Talk on your smartphone. Continue the conversation online. Like us on Facebook. Be a part of our conversation by telling us what you think of our episodes. Join us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content. Follow us on Twitter to stay up to date with what's happening on our podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss future episodes. And beyond, it's you who keeps Future Educators Talk going. So like, comment, share, subscribe, review, and connect everywhere with us. You get social. So let's listen together.